Hey guys, are you guys ready? Yeah, I made you a whole meal. Yeah, let's say I'm in. It's time to eat. Well, today I'm basically going to be cooking my chickens a meal. I'll tell you, like with you, if you're living this lifestyle, if you already have chickens, it's because you're trying to take control of your own food because you understand that food is medicine. Well, if you're feeding them pelleted feed, then guess what? You're eating that pelleted feed too. Whatever's in that pelleted feed is going right through that chicken's body, right out in its meat and eggs, and now you and your family are ingesting it. I want you to really think about that. That is why you need to watch this entire video. We have 1 pound of white beans, right? I'm gonna get this up, guys. I'm gonna get it boiling. I'm gonna bring it back down to a simmer. I'm gonna let it simmer for a couple of hours until all of those beans are soft. Now, what I am going to do is, if you didn't catch our video on making your own health tonic, I will put 2 tablespoons of this into here. And the reason it is that I'm going to do that is this has turmeric, it has garlic, it has ginger. And if you've never seen what ginger can do for your chicken flock, I advise you to go watch that video we put out. It literally can get rid of the bird flu. Yes, you heard me right. Ginger can defeat the bird flu. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Starkey Farmstead. My name is Samantha, and today we're going to be talking about, if you have livestock, what exactly can you feed them out of your garden versus buying pelleted feed. So if you have a small garden or even an area that you can forage and you have small livestock, it's time that we start learning how to feed our animals more like our ancestors and get away from bag feed due to the cost. Now you look at the cost of the bag feed, but look at where the products are coming from that they're pelletizing with. Like, it's subpar, it's GMO material, it's left over after being sprayed with pesticides and herbicides, and guys, it's just infecting the meat that we're raising and the manure that we're using to grow our own gardens. Sorry, you're gonna see me walking a little bit because I have Samson out here doing a little bit of obedience training. So Samson is our 7-month-old, 70-pound Dogo Argentina. So some of the things that we're gonna be using this year to feed our chickens. Let's start with those chickens. Easy, a lot of people have them. If you already have a homestead or farmstead, you probably, or even live in a suburbia area, you probably have a backyard flock of chickens. Guys, black oil sunflower seeds, trust me, so high in protein, excellent thing to grow for your chickens. Another thing is plant your own corn. Now I know that there's a feed corn that they like to feed livestock, deer, that kind of stuff, but you could actually plant regular sweet corn and feed that to your chickens. All right, so you got corn, you got black oil sunflower seeds. I'm also going to show you some things that are growing in my garden that people would call weeds, but they're native to my land already, to my property, and they popped up in my garden. And what I've been doing is slowly pulling them out and feeding them daily to my chickens. That patch of green right there, all of that used to come up to here. And I'm slowly just pulling it out. It comes up super duper easy. There's no reason to spray that with any kind of fungicide or weed killer. I don't need to. I pull it up and I feed it to my chickens every single day. So I had a few more pieces of ginger because I grow it organically in my garden. And I'm just gonna take it. Now, my beans have been going for about an hour now. I'm gonna add that ginger in there, guys. Remember, this is for the chickens. This is going to be their food for the evening. So adding that ginger in there is gonna help it, all the oils in the ginger begin to spread and the beans will soak it up. Now I've already added the honey with the turmeric and the ginger and the garlic and the lemon peel in here, so the beans are also soaking that up. It will also help to soften that ginger and the chickens will actually eat it. Now, one more thing that I want to add to this is it's hot. It's also time for parasites to get a little crazy here in Southeast Louisiana. So I'm going to take some crushed red pepper flakes and I'm going to dump it in there into my beans. Because when I take this out, most of the water will have dissipated and it'll just be the beans and the pepper and the ginger, and I'll take that out there and just dump it in a pile in the chicken coop. And guys, this is actually a meal for them. So you can add in things like potatoes, fresh carrots. I mean, anything that you want your chickens to eat that normally it's simply too hard for them to eat it, dice it up, throw it in here. Let's get a little crazy. Let's try some organic okra. All right, so I've diced up just a few pieces of okra. I'm gonna dump that in here too. All right, so we're just gonna dump it all in there. It's gonna soften up. The chickens will actually, there it goes. The chickens will actually go ahead, they'll eat the okra. Now I know what some of you are probably thinking, like that looks like a meal for a human. I'm not going through that much trouble, and that's fine. You don't have to. But my thing is this, I want my chickens to eat better, right? Because the better that they eat, the more nutrients that they absorb. Therefore, when I eat their eggs or their meat, or I use their manure for my garden, all of that is more nutritionally dense. Guys, it's simply catching nutrition and cycling it back through sustainable systems. It's simply that easy. Now, do I find time to do this every day? No. But it is so stinking hot outside. It's literally, let me look, I have a AccuWeather 3-in-1 in my house, so I can look right there and tell you what temperature it is. It's 95 degrees at 10:20 in the morning. I really don't want to be outside right now. I mean, it's simply that hot. So my thing is this, I don't want to be outside, but I could be doing things that are going to benefit my animals and my garden. That's obviously outside. Now let's talk about a few things you could be doing or growing that'll feed your flock. Pumpkin, watermelon, cantaloupe, squash, zucchini, tomatoes, all of those your chickens will love you for, okay? So when I'm dealing with something that's got a really thick skin, say watermelon, pumpkin, I cut them in half. Everything else, I basically just toss it in there, guys. They're gonna figure it out. They are bust through it and they're going to eat it. Now, if you're looking for things that are high in protein to match their natural diets, because they are omnivores, right? They will eat meat and they will eat plant material, but you need to make sure that you're bringing things in that are high in fat and high in protein, like black soldier fly larvae and red wigglers, which I grow both of them here on the farm. I have different systems for both of those. And when I'm low on greens, like, they love things like comfrey. So sometimes I pick comfrey and I dice it up real fine. I throw that out there for them. You saw the weeds that I pick in my garden. I take that out there for them. Anytime I cut grass, the grass clippings go into their coop. Whatever they don't eat, they're going to compost for me. And if you saw my other video on composting in your coop, guys, what happens is I have a reduction in pests in my coop. I don't have gnats. I don't have flies. Nothing's attacking my chickens like mosquitoes or any of that nonsense. I don't have a parasite problem. I've been doing my chickens like this for 2 years and I've never lost a chicken to any kind of disease, heat exhaustion, gnats going up their noses and clogging it up. My animals simply don't die because I'm working with nature and not against her. What we're really trying to show you guys is work with what you have. You don't always need to spend your hard-earned money on subpar pellets. Yeah, they're easy because somebody else figured out the ratio of all these different, powders and plant materials and added vitamins for a perfect feed. But what we're seeing across America, I'm not sure about other countries, but if you live somewhere else and you've noticed that bagged and pelleted feeds, your chickens simply aren't laying the amount of eggs they were prior year ago, put it in the comments, because I know personally when I got away from using bagged and pelleted feed for all of their nutrition, what I got was more eggs. My eggs were darker in color. My chickens were healthier. Guys, if you're giving them food that is filled with chemicals, your chickens can get cancer too. Your chickens can develop tumors too. Your chickens can get weakened immune systems so that when they're exposed to things like bird flu, It kills
Doesn't that look amazing? I mean, it really does. It looks, well, human edible. So this is going to be going outside in about 20 minutes. I am going to record how the chickens respond to this amazing meal. I'm trying to help you guys think outside the box. Now, something you could do, you could add noodles or rice. You could soak bread into this. Anything that you have like that, that's going to add, you could crush up crackers and put it in this to make it a little bit more dense.
So we also grow oats here at Storky Farmstead, but my oats are already done for the season. Now I may do a winter oat, and I probably will. So like, comment, and subscribe to keep up with, you know, what we're going to plant through fall and winter to feed our livestock here, especially our chickens. But what I am going to do is Quaker oats. You know, these are the 1 minute, not that great, but they are full of nutrition. So I'm just going to add like a half a cup to my little container right here.
Now what this is going to do is going to soak up the rest of this juice, right? Because I want them to get all of the nutrition of everything that I mixed in here, that I spent my time and energy harvesting and cooking out of my own garden, and you know, other just easy to grab materials in my house. Guys, it's a lot of food. This is really going to make those chickens bulk out. It's going to meet all their different dietary needs. I've already given them black soldier fly larvae today. I've already given them fresh greens. This is basically the proteins that and the fat that they're going to need. I just harvested a few black oil sunflower seeds. So I'm going to get this into my bowl that is full of all the goodness the chickens are fixing to eat.